Hi, hello, my name is Joshua Ball. I'm going to start by rinsing out this 25.00 milliliter Buret. So I'm going to begin rinsing it out into this beaker, spinning it all the while to make sure I get all the drops on the sides. So right now the stopcock is in a closed conformation, so the liquid's going to build up right above the stopcock. But I'm still going to spin as I rinse. And I'm going to open the stopcock and let it rinse all the way out. I'm going to close it real fast and show you that when I rinse it, there's still liquid in the bottom or in the tip of the Buret, as there should be. So I'm going to rinse it out a few more times. And I'm currently rinsing it with distilled water. It's important to mention right now because I'm not going to be rinsing it with distilled water in a little bit. So once again, stopcock in the closed conformation, twist the knob, rinse all the water out, still liquid in the bottom. I'll rinse it out one more time. Okay. Now that I'm confident that I've rinsed it out well and there are no droplets in the Buret. Now that there are no droplets in the Buret, I'm going to return to the closed conformation. And as you can see, there's still liquid in the tip. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin rinsing it with titrant instead of water. So I'm going to insert this flask, or insert this funnel. I'm going to attach it to my ring stand because I'm using the funnel. And I want it to stay in the same spot, but I'm still going to use this same beaker that has like my unimportant solutions that I'm containing. And then I'll use my titrant to rinse out the Buret one more time. And the reason you do this is because when you're doing an actual titration, the distilled water can decrease the concentration of whatever titrant you're using. And by rinsing it with the titrant, you reduce the chances of that happening and keep the concentration the same as you're using the same substance. So I'm going to pour some of the titrant in to the Buret through the funnel. Just enough to run through it. As you can see, it's filled up. I'm going to open conformation. Let it all rinse out. And while it's open, I'm going to pour a little more to make sure I get the rest of the droplets. Okay, now I'm going to return to the closed conformation. And I'm going to fill it to the 0.00 milliliter mark. So this is a 0 to 25.00 milliliter Buret. So I'm going to fill it with titrant up to that marker while it's in the closed conformation. But first I'm going to replace my beaker with the more important beaker, the one that I'd actually be using for the titration. I'm also going to lower the Buret to about an inch into my container. And I'm going to pour titrant up into the calibration mark at 0 milliliters, 0.00 milliliters. Okay, so I got very close with the beaker and the funnel, and then I'm going to use my pasture pipette to top it off and get to the calibration mark. Okay, I'm going to remove my funnel to make sure no extra droplets from there because I've reached my calibration mark. And then I'm going to show you that there are no bubbles in the container. And then also, if I could lift this up, the meniscus. Okay, there was one bubble there, but it just floated up. It's not there anymore. As you can see, the meniscus is right at 0.00 milliliters. And now I'm gonna dispense 10 milliliters into my little beaker here. See that? Okay, now I'm gonna open it up so that some of the titrum will start dispensing. And I want to go till this reaches 10 milliliters in the burette, or until 10 milliliters is dispensed. So I'll go fast at first, and then I'm gonna slow down right as I reach 10, and then go drop wise. Bada bing. Meniscus is right at 10.00. Meniscus is right at 10.00 milliliters. So there's been 10 milliliters or 10.00 milliliters of titrant dispensed into this beaker. And there you have it.